Hey vinyl community friends, Wes here. Just wanted to start answering some of these threads. There's about 5 or 6 going around right now, so it's starting to get a little crazy, and I haven't answered any of them yet, so I want to start answering these. And I think I'm gonna do 2 at a time for now, just to try to condense them a little bit, not have too many videos to upload. So this first video, as you can see, I'm going to do MphsVinylJim's thread and Zach's thread. So starting off, we have MphsVinylJim's thread. Him and the Mrs. anniversary is on Valentine's Day. It's very romantic, and I'm happy for you guys, and I'm excited. And you asked about a romantic record to play for your anniversary, and I thought about this for a little while, and I decided it's something I've been listening to a lot myself lately. Actually, it's something I picked up recently at the Goodwill. One of my really good finds recently, and that is the Stylistics self-titled debut album. Just a wonderful, classic early 70s R&B group produced by Tom Bell. They got Stop, Look, Listen to Your Heart, Bet You By Golly, Wow, You Are Everything. Just great songs, and there's some other really sort of lesser known songs on here, like Country Living, that's really good, and People Make the World Go Round is not specifically a romantic song, but it's just a really beautiful song. So I'm definitely recommending this album if you can find it. I don't know how hard it is to find, but it has a lot of hits, so there should be a number of these floating around out there. But this is what I recommend, so happy anniversary, or a couple weeks early here, and I hope you like it, and congratulations. Okay, next up we got TheZeek Geek's thread. Zach, cool new member of the vinyl community here. He's got 100 subscribers. He's probably get almost to 200 by now. It's now that the word's getting out. Is a really cool guy. Doesn't spend. Has a limit of $3 on a record, and I wish I could stick to that sometimes. Most of what I buy is actually under $1, but I do spend $20 or $30 on new stuff a lot, so it sort of evens out. But yeah, like this Stylistics that I bought at Goodwill was 49 cents, so I get good deals too. I don't limit myself. I wish I could sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta spend the money, especially on these new albums that you're not gonna find anywhere else. Okay, so Zach's thread. His first question was best deal you ever found on a record. So staying in that same theme, I don't really have any like major find. Like I never found like a rare Beatles album in a thrift store or garage sale or anything like that. I need to start hitting more garage sales. That's something a market that I really haven't tapped yet. I do a lot of thrift stores, and I go to the flea markets pretty regularly, but I really just haven't done much garage sales. It's so difficult to find records at garage sales that I get disappointed. I've gone out and spent 3 or 4 hours going to garage sales and didn't find a single record anywhere. Not even any to look at. Just nobody has them, seems like, anymore. But I'm gonna try to get out to some more and maybe see if I can't do that. But just going back to my early days of record collecting in the 90s, I would go to the Salvation Army pretty regularly, almost every day, and I was pretty good friends with the manager of the store, and we got along well, and he always was like really nice to me. I would bring up like a stack of stack of records, you know, no matter how much it was, and maybe some other things, and he would always just charge me $1 for everything. So, you know, there was times when I bought records for 5 cents a piece or less, and like one of the better things I found there is my copy of The Wall. I probably paid less than 10 cents for this, and I mean, there's so much, there's a lot of my collection that I built up that way. Unfortunately, at the time, I was I had blinders on, and I was mainly about hip-hop, so I really regret not knowing more at the time. I'm sure I passed tons and tons and tons of just gems, because that was, you know, the early 90s. Everybody was dumping their records like crazy. They had a whole room that was all records, and there was thousands in there, and I'm sure there was some great stuff in there that I missed, but oh well, it is what it is. I did buy some. I'm glad to have some, and that was that. Another one is last year, the 2 boxes of records I bought at the flea market for $10. There was a lot of good gems in there, like this Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young Deja Vu album. Really nice. And Jethro Tull's Living in the Past. Those are 2 albums that I really wanted, and they were in those boxes, along with a bunch of other stuff, some Blue Oyster Cult, some Tom Petty, some Creedence, you know, some different stuff that was in there that was really nice, so I was glad to have picked that up. That was a really good deal. Okay. Question number 2. Favorite free or cheap concert you ever attended? This is a good question for me, because I don't typically, I don't go to concerts really. I don't find that much value in them when they're, you know, when they're like $50, $60, $70. I just don't find that much entertainment value in a concert. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird that way, but I'm not gonna pay that kind of money to see a concert. If I'm gonna pay a big money to see a concert, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna be more of a show than just a concert. Like I would pay, you know, like, it's kind of embarrassing to admit this, but I would pay a decent amount to see like Britney Spears, because I know she's gonna put on a really good show. It's not, you know, it's not just music. It's a whole event. And I just don't get that feeling from just a regular concert that much. So don't really pay a lot of money to go to concerts. I don't go to concerts that much. And so with that being said, I do work at a major university here, and we do have a lot of free concerts on the campus that people that come through. And one of the ones I saw back in the early 90s was Jewel. It was a really great concert. It was right at the time when she was just first starting to hit, and, you know, starting to hear her stuff on the radio, and it was just awesome to go see her play. And it was a free concert at the band shell here, and it was just a lovely concert. And she yodeled and sang all her songs, and it was great that she, even though she only had this one album at the time, she had enough material to do a concert. Her music's that good, so I really enjoyed that concert. Okay, let's try and move through this quicker here. Question number 3: a record that's a deal at any price. This is the one that I had the most difficult time with. It's kind of asking, you know, what's the best album ever, and that's not really one of those questions you can answer. I know we've had that before in the past, in past threads, and it's just not possible. So I thought of one that I think is a great album that's can be found for a reasonable price, I think, but I think it's underrated, and that is Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Tarkus. This is actually my favorite album of theirs so far. You know, Brain Salad Surgery gets all the I don't know, all the attention, I guess you could say, and I actually like this better than Brain Salad Surgery. So Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Tarkus is my answer for that question. So that's all for Zeke's thread. thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more threads. Cheers.